in turmoil and fate is bleak, the onus falls upon us, the members of the student community, to reinforce their belief that justice delivery at all costs is the primary objective of the international community, and in conducting competition such as SICTA, we and you are doing our bit to ensure the same.
The lighting of the lamp signifies removing the darkness, and therefore it is done before every auspicious occasion as a tradition. I request all the dignitaries on the dais to proceed for the lighting of the lamp.
Please. Please. Kulkarni sir. Please.
Thank you, Santosh.
Hello, sir.
Please.
Hello, sir.
Please.
Quick. Varuna, quick.
Now I request Gurpur ma'am to kindly deliver the welcome address.
Respected Advocate Ram Malani, respected Justice Sipurkar sir, my dear colleagues on the dais, my dear colleagues from all over the world off the dais, and dear student participants, invitees, special guests, a very warm welcome to each and every one of you. As the compeer has already specified and described how Symbiosis International Trial Advocacy Moot in Criminal Code, in modeled after the International Criminal Code has come about, let me also posit before you how significant it is for Symbiosis Law School Pune to welcome all of you to this competition. You have seen our Chancellor, Dr. S.P. Muzumdar sir, just in a fleeting way during the photographic session. I must tell you that the big institution that we have today was born as the thought process and vision of that one person when he was a teacher in a college in Pune way back in the 1970s. Why did he create this organization? It started as a loose network of Indian and foreign students because the foreign students then in Pune were facing racism and social ostracization. So this teacher invited them home, made them feel at home, started an English teaching kind of network, and started celebrating festivals to create that bridge, cultural bridge, and then strengthened it with teaching of English language. In 1971, what started as a loose network fructified into a university by 2002. Law school was the first fully fledged institute of higher education to come into that family of institutions way back in 1977. So we have had many strides, many landmark achievements, but one thing I must register here as I welcome our chief guest, Advocate Ram Malani, the legendary lawyer of India. I don't think anyone has been at the bar as long as Sir has been, was very, very instrumental in the evolution of our law school. So Sir, as I welcome you, I feel great. I deem it a great honor to welcome you and also to recall some of the moments. You know, incidentally, I'm finishing my 10 years as the director of this law school in next 2 days. These 10 years have been from strength to strength thanks to our deep friendship with Advocate Ram Jethmalani. Sir has been our Professor Emeritus. He has been a friend, a philosopher, a guide, as our Chancellor fondly puts it. The friendship between our Chancellor and Advocate Ram Jethmalani has resulted in many innovative ideas. One of those ideas has been the celebration of the Law Day, where Jethmalani Sir himself has drafted the oath and he administers the oath. And I have been fortunate in last 10 years to be guided by Sir. Now, if I try to put the significance of this event for the life of this law school, I must tell you that in last 10 years, we have consolidated what already existed as strength in the deep symbiosis of this law school with the judiciary, with the government, with the community, and with the fraternity of the legal profession. I must tell you that we institutionalized mooting in several ways. Mooting is a kind of simulation of advocacy in the formal setting of the court. I must tell you that for a lawyer, advocacy is not just confined to courts. Once you are a lawyer, you are always a lawyer and you stand up for justice. We try to inculcate these values through our community legal service in myriad of ways, whereas the mooting is one of the ways in which we incorporate the idea of practical work into our curriculum. So Symbiosis Law School is perhaps the only law school in this country which has incorporated mooting as part of assessment. So in the 5-year life cycle, our students do, even the quietest of the student is forced to do at least 5 moots. And then they may add by qualifying for the elimination rounds, by participating and representing college. We invest a lot of money in sending teams across the country and across the world. As I welcome you, I'm very happy to register before you that our college has been assessed as the topmost college in the country in the coveted Moot Premier League, which is a kind of assessment of college performances in intercollegiate moots and in registering moot achievements in the coveted moots which they have listed, which is sponsored by none other than the globally topmost law firm Herbert Smith Freehills of United Kingdom. So we have been the first non-national law school, first non-law university to take this honor. I must tell you, as this goes by, in last 2 days our achievements have been so high that the second place, the college which is standing second, is now 28 points behind us. So I think the lead is quite strong. Now this wouldn't have been possible but for inculcating the mooting culture in the college, but for creating the Student Bar Association in the college in an institutionalized manner. We had rechristened it. We had the Bar Association named as Moot Court Society or Moot Court Association later on. We rechristened it as Student Bar Association because we did not want to confine to adversarial style of advocacy. We wanted to get into other modes of dispute resolution. So now we have the famous client counseling competition which we hosted recently and to qualify the students to the global round. We have looked at thematic modes in last few years. But SICTA, today's competition, is a very novel idea because it has a history as well. Just like how Symbiosis started as a challenge and as a response to a felt need, SICTA started as a response to felt need. It was a way of meeting the challenge. The challenge was very simple. As you all know, International Criminal Court trial advocacy moot is bidded by every law school. As usual, it went in favor of one of the law universities. So we did not want to be disappointed. So we created our own version of International Criminal Court trial advocacy moot. And I'm very happy all of you who have responded to our invitation last year as well as this year are here to encourage this kind of an alternative experiment. When you encourage the alternative, the mainstream rethinks and the mainstream cannot forget the alternative and the mainstream also remodels itself to accommodate such dissident voices. So thank you very much and I welcome all of you. As I welcome you, I must also register why this competition is important for Symbiosis International University, because as I told you already, it evolved out of the need of feeling for the international, the global, the different. So now the university has got its key DNA: internationalization of education, internationalization of education beneficiaries, internationalization of the curriculum, internationalization of the teachers. So when we host a competition on thematically lined in international themes and getting the competitors on international levels, and we also have judges who have had international stints. This year we do not have a foreign national as a judge, but last year we had 2 foreign nationals as our judges on the panel. So this is how this competition in a way reverberates the DNA of Symbiosis in terms of being globally oriented, in terms of committing to creating global competencies and global citizens. So I welcome all of you for this competition, and I wholeheartedly thank you for responding to our call. I should particularly thank the coaches, the faculty who have come all the way from United Kingdom, from Middle East, from the sister countries, from Southeast Asia, South Asia, our friend from Ireland. So all of you have strengthened our hands in creating this kind of an alternative way of looking at excellence, in creating a forum for the talents. I'm very happy to register our sister law schools in the country, particularly the lead national law schools, despite having very strict exam schedule, etc., have been very, very enthusiastic, I am told, by my student colleagues in participating in this competition. As I welcome you, I also promise you that definitely you are going to be encouraged by the resource persons, the esteemed guests that we have, by their words of wisdom, by the sharing of the experience, and also in networking amongst you, and in creating greater bonds when in making yourself ready to enter the profession in a glorious way. I wish you all a great competition and also a great learning. And thank you for giving us the opportunity to host you and for giving us the opportunity to share the little bit of joy that we have in this organization as guests. Welcome one and all.
Thank you, ma'am, for your kind words. Our chief guest for today's function is Honorable Retired Justice V.S. Sirpurkar sir, former Judge, Supreme Court of India. I would request our own Director Madam, Dr. Shashikula Gurpur ma'am, to kindly felicitate our chief guest for today's function.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. I would again request Dr. Shashikala Gurpur ma'am to kindly felicitate our guest of honor for today's function and Professor Emeritus, Faculty of Law, Symbiosis International University, Advocate Ram Malani, Senior Advocate, Supreme Court of India. Thank you, ma'am. Now I kindly request Ridish Rajvanshi, co-convener, Student Bar Association of Symbiosis Law School, Pune, to please introduce us the competition.
Thank you, Charita. A very good evening to all the respected dignitaries on the dais, faculty members, participants, my colleagues, and other guests. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to the second edition of Symbiosis Law School Pune International Criminal Trial Advocacy Competition 2017. Symbiosis Law School Pune, as part of its mooting initiative, started its prestigious and flagship event last year. Being one of its kind all over the world, this competition is a stimulation of the ICC proceedings. Symbiosis Law School Pune International Criminal Trial Advocacy Competition, or SICTA as we refer to it, pertains to the rule and structure or enshrined in the rule of procedure and evidence of the International Criminal Code. The genesis of the International Criminal Trial Advocacy can be traced back to the Nuremberg trial conducted in the aftermath of the World War II. The United Nations Security Council later established the International Criminal Tribunal for the former Yugoslavia and the International Criminal Tribunal for the Rwanda, highlighting the need for a permanent international criminal code which was established in 2002 under the Rome Statute. SICTA, in its inaugural edition last year, saw the theme of war crime and crime against humanity, special reference and emphasis on the responsibility of military commanders. SICTA proved to be a game changer in the field of international criminal law jurisprudence by providing a platform for enthusiastic law students to converse, argue, and engage themselves in the realm of international criminal justice system. The competition among its peers, in an uncharted territory, but one with utmost significance in the contemporary times. It seeks to familiarize the participants with the intricacies of the international criminal law and providing them a unique opportunity to practice their advocacy skills in a controlled stimulation of the International Criminal Code. Wherefore, the experts and scholars associated with the respected yet non-conventional legal domain, that is the international criminal law. Now, it's been said that the World War III is already here and it is happening over the internet. It goes without saying the significance of international criminal law that cannot be overstated. In 2007, there have been instances wherein cyber attacks have been witnesses around the world, such as the Estonian attack, the Iran nuclear program attack, the attacks in the Middle East, and others. In light of such contemporary issues, this year's edition compromise is based on cyber warfare and other elements of the mixed regime in the international criminal law. Against such contemporary developments, the novelty of the SICTA lies into the test of a participant's advocacy skills, with a special relevance being placed on witness briefing and the skill of being able to extract the information from the witnesses concerned. The competition shall seek ingenuity in terms of the appropriate evidence appraisals in lieu of the facts and the collaboration of the same against the charges that are being framed. We are happy to put on record the contribution of our sponsors, Advocate Ramjit Malani sir, Rostrum Legal, Eastern Book Company, SEC Online, and our very own SLS Pune alumni who have in their turns contributed intellectually and logistically. Again, I welcome you all to the competition, wish all the participants best for the competition, and hope that you have a wonderful experience and stay. Thank you.
Thank you, Ridish. Honorable retired Justice V.S. Sirpurkar was born on 22nd August 1946, hails from a lawyer's family. His lordship completed law degree from University College of Law, Nagpur. He then practiced at Nagpur in the High Court on constitutional and criminal matters. His lordship was elected as a joint secretary and secretary of the High Court Bar Association, Nagpur. Sir was also elected as a member of Maharashtra Bar Council twice in the year 1985 and again in 1991. In 1992, Sir was elevated as Judge of Bombay High Court. His lordship was transferred to the Madras High Court in December 1997, where, as senior judge, also held the post of Executive Chairman of the Tamil Nadu State Legal Services Authority and was instrumental in starting the Judicial Academy at Madras. In 2004, Sir was elevated as Chief Justice in the High Court of erstwhile Uttaranchal till 2005. He also started a judicial academy called Ujala. His Lordship was co-opted as member of the Legal Education Committee of the Bar Council of India, New Delhi. His Lordship assumed the office of Chief Justice of the High Court at Calcutta on transfer from High Court of Uttaranchal and went on to establish the Judicial Academy in West Bengal. His Lordship was elevated to Supreme Court of India on December 1st, 2007. I request Sir to kindly address this august gathering.
Very respected champion lawyer, a vintage lawyer, Ram Jethmalani. He doesn't know, but he was our teacher also. He taught us at Nainital in a conference held by the Bar Council of India Trust, where he and another child on the criminal trial side, Mr. Rajendra Singh, they were our faculties and we were the students. The very inspiring director, Dr. Shashikala Kapoor, Dr. Bindu, Professor Kulkarni, all the friends, teachers who have come from outside India, all the students, competent competitors who have come from outside India.